Good evening, Vicksburg. It is Monday, March 3rd, 2025. Let's call this meeting to order. If you'd all join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much for everyone being here tonight. Take a quick moment of silence. If you do roll call, please, Mr. Wines.
Trustee Fields.
Here.
Trustee Wagner. Here. Trustee Reister.
Here.
Trustee Cox.
Here.
Trustee Kissinger.
Here.
President Pro Tem Keller.
Here.
President Frisbee.
Here. We have a full house tonight. We have an agenda in front of us. Is there any additions the trustees would like to make? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We have an agenda. Seeing no scheduled appearances tonight and no one in the audience, so we'll run by citizens' time as well. As you can see, Chief Sanderson's sitting next to me. Mr. Mallory's on vacation, as you all know, and I just, he wanted to call in, and I told him not to. He needs to take his time when the time is afforded to him. So Chief is sitting in as the assistant manager, so thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sanderson. We have a general consent agenda in front of us. It includes regular minutes from our February 27 council meeting, warrant reports, event requests, none, and no correspondence. So if everyone had an opportunity to review the previous meeting minutes, if there's any corrections, or entertain a motion to approve, if so inclined.
I make a motion to approve. Support.
We have motion and support. Would you do a roll call, please, Christian?
Trustee Cox.
Yes.
Trustee Kissinger.
Yes.
Trustee Reister.
Yes.
Trustee Wagner.
Yes.
Trustee Fields.
Yes.
President Pro Tem Keller.
Yes.
President Frisbee.
Yes. So the only action item in front of us tonight is 11A, the resolution 2025-0303, setting daily fees for mobile vendors within the village limits. I know this is something that we've been working on for several months, so if you'd all entertain us, we'd let Chief Sanderson read the resolution.
Yeah, so as mentioned, this is the Village of Vicksburg Resolution 2025-0303. Resolution setting fees for mobile vendor permits in accordance with Village of Vicksburg Ordinance 263-4. Whereas the Village of Vicksburg recognizes the importance of mobile food and general mobile vendors in the community and seeks to establish a regulatory framework to ensure the proper functioning of such businesses within the village while protecting the public health, safety, and welfare. Whereas, Village Ordinance 263-4 requires the Village Council to set the fees for permits associated with mobile vendors, including food vendors who operate within the village. Whereas the fees for mobile vendors' permits shall be consistent with the average charges imposed by municipalities within Kalamazoo County for similar permits. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Village Council of the Village of Vicksburg, number one, permit fee. The Village Council establishes the daily mobile vendor permit fee at $75 per day. This fee is based on average permits fees by municipalities within Kalamazoo County for similar permits. The fees shall be subject to change only through subsequent resolutions by the Village Council. Number two, applicability. This resolution applies to all mobile food vendors and mobile vendors engaged in the business of cooking, preparing, and distributing of food or beverages with or without charge, as well as vendors offering services to the general public within the Village of Vicksburg. Number three, permit and authorization requirements. A mobile vendor must obtain an operating permit from the Village of Vicksburg before conducting business within the village. The permit must be reviewed by village staff and approved prior to each daily occurrence of the mobile vendor operating within the village. B, the village reserves the right to replace reasonable conditions on mobile vendors to protect public health, safety, and welfare. These conditions are not limited to, but may include regulations including noise, traffic, odors, and any other factors that may adversely affect the operation of the vendor or the public. Number 4, operation of vendors. A, no mobile vendor shall stand, park, or move a vehicle or trailer for the purpose of conducting business in any area of the village without authorization of the village. This ensures that mobile vendors operate only in areas where they have been given permission. B, the village may grant an exception to the permit requirement and fee if the mobile vendor is participating in a village-operated event and is contracted to provide goods or services at such an event. Be it further resolved that this resolution will take effect immediately upon passage and shall remain in effect until future resolution of the village council, adopted this third day of March 2025.
Thank you, Chief Sanderson.
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion to support. Will you do a roll call, please, Kristen? Excuse me, any questions? Yes?
I'm curious on number 3, the permit and authorization requirements. It says that the permit must be reviewed by village staff and approved prior to each daily occurrence. So if I'm understanding that right, if someone is going to, I think we've had a couple vendors set up in the summer over in like Family Fair parking lot. Does that mean that if they're there 2 or 3 days in a row, they have to come and get authorization each day before?
Yes. Yeah, unless they have pre-approved a 3-day event.
So there is an option to have a
I believe so, yes.
pre-approved amount of days? I'm just, okay.
The intent is so they don't set up on Tuesday and leave and come back on Wednesday and say they had approval for it Tuesday. So if they're gonna be there Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, then they ask for those days and get approved. Now, each day after that, yeah, they need to get approval.
I have a question that I'm wondering, what have we been doing in the meantime before we set up this permit? Have they been charged fees, et cetera?
They haven't been charged fees, but they've been asked to get pre-approval on it.
Okay.
There was time when they were setting up in the parking lot in Felposh's, or Family Fair's parking lot. And that's really what prompted this whole, because there was no guidance. We had no procedure or policy in place.
I think it's a really good idea to do this. I was just wondering what we had done in the past, so.
It
I think
was-
this is going to be very helpful.
It makes it much more clear as to the expectations.
Yep.
Yeah, and if the council remembers recently, we did pass our ordinances to update and modernize, including mobile food trucks and vendors. So this is a continuation of that because we specifically discussed that down the pipeline there would be applications, permits, and fees, and we'd be exploring those. This is bringing that loop to a close. So this is just finishing up what we started with the updates to the ordinances late last year, and kind of closing that gap for us.
Tim, is there a structure if someone doesn't abide by this resolution that we can warn and then subsequently fine them, or is that not within this, or do we not? How would we do that? So say they break the rules, we give them a warning or whatever. They break the rules again. Is there a structure for that?
I think Chief Sanderson asked them to leave the property.
Yeah, I would certainly say that we would handle it as in any other ordinance.
Okay.
If there's a violation,
You're
there could be a warning.
Yeah.
If it's not followed the following time, it could be a citation.
Okay.
So, yeah, certainly.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Well, we have a motion and support. We'll do a roll call, please, Christian.
I'd just like to make one more comment. I'd like to propose that we make sure, since this is so new, if this does pass through the roll call this evening, that we include it on the upcoming quarterly newsletter, so that we get that to more of the public and it's a bit more visible, and then maybe get that posted on the village Facebook or other lines of communication.
Yeah, we can do that.
Good suggestion, Ryan.
President Frisbee, can I just make a clarification, just so we're all on the same page? The fee is $75 per day if they're going to vend more than one day. So it's $75 for each day. So they can't get a permit for, say, Saturday and then decided to come back Sunday just because they had a permit on Saturday.
So Michelle, if they did like a 3-day stint or something, it would be 75 every day of that 3-day stint.
Correct.
Okay. Yep.
Thanks. No, that's good clarification.
I guess another question just popped into my head. If we had a mobile vendor come to our home, like a pet service or something like that, that does not include this, right? That's when we did this the first round, right? Okay.
Correct.
That's not applicable.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, carpet cleaners,
Yeah.
plumbers, that's not part of this.
Because I referenced the ice cream truck that drives around, so that's not,
It's a stationary, you know, if they're there to serve the public and make revenue from it.
Yep.
Now, whereas, you know, plumber is going there and doing a specific job
residence.
for a residence.
Not the
That's where
public.
we didn't bring it into it.
Perfect.
Any further discussion? We'll do a roll call, please, Christian.
Trustee Wagner,
Yes.
Trustee Kissinger,
Yes.
Trustee Fields,
Yes.
Trustee Cox,
Yes.
Trustee Reister,
Yes.
President Pro Tem Keller,
yes.
President Frisbee.
Yes. Motion carries. So there was no report, unless there was something that Chief Sanderson would like to,
No, Mr. President, I think we're all set.
thank you. I think we have an update for the trees.
We do. I have a little bit of a show and tell here. No.
Quickest meeting.
This is what we're going to be putting in when we plant a tree. This is going to go in, thank you, to the yard. And so people will be able to see what we are doing. And we were able to, last fall, to plant 10 trees in our village. Thank you. Got your back, yeah. Thank you. I've got a loud voice, so it doesn't really matter. All right, these signs will be going up very, very shortly so that you can see where we've planted the trees. One of the trees is right next door to me, and then there's a tree down the street from me, just north of me. So be looking for the signs. And the committee has worked hard to streamline this whole process and to identify interested homeowners. And we are going to be putting, again, into the water sewer bill and the spring newsletter, our little blurb about people calling or texting us or emailing us if they are interested in having a tree planted in their right-of-way. And we have several people interested right now. We have, I think, 5, you're one of them. We have 5 people on our list at this point, and we're hoping to plant this spring and then again in the fall. So we're really going to try to do 2 plantings a year until we get all those trees planted.
Nice.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you. I want to appreciate what you've done, what the committee has done, and certainly the Rotary Club and the investment that they're making in the community. So
Right. We're hoping also to make a presentation here to all of you. Katie and, right now the name won't come to me, that's okay. They put together a whole presentation and they did give it to the Rotary Club, and I think the Rotary Club was very impressed. They do a really nice job of the presentation. So we're wanting to get together again to try to get that on the schedule, okay? Thank
Just
you.
a point of notice, you can certainly come to the Lions Club and give the presentation too. I'm sure they'd be very happy to hear about it.
Okay, we would love to do that. Who should we contact?
You just did.
All right.
And Gail, what email address should they contact if they want to get a tree?
That is, I don't know if it's on the sign, yes it is, right here. It's vicksburgtreeproject@gmail.com.
Yeah,
And
we have a meeting, Lions Club meeting next Monday night, so I will find out what our schedule looks like for programs.
Great.
And I'll get with you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
that's great. As long as let's keep growing that. No Parks and Recs, am I correct? Cats, I have really nothing to report on cats. Planning commissions next week.
Next week.
South County Sewer, they passed a resolution to increase their sewer rates. I think it was about 12%. Their average homeowner, customer, I think is $211 a quarter. And that's for sewer only. They have no water service in that area. So that was about, that was the only motion that I noted of any significance.
And what was it, what area was the 12% going to be in?
That's the South County Sewer and Water, so the Indian Lake complex that brings their water in from the Indian Lake area, and what's the other? Yes,
What, I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Pickerel
Okay.
Lake. And, yeah, and the Schoolcraft Township Mobile Home Park.
Okay, thank
I
you.
think that covers all of their entities. And they had, and I said, I think I reported last time, they went to a resolution to go out and bond just under $1 million for general maintenance and upkeep and the like. Is there a fire update you'd like to share?
Nothing at this time, meeting, the third Wednesday, so a couple weeks.
So this is time for citizens' comments. Seeing none, hearing none, we'll go to trustees' time. We'll start with trustee Fields.
Nothing tonight, thanks.
Trustee Wagner.
Nothing this evening, got them all out last week.
Trustee Reister.
Nothing for me either, I've spoken enough.
Trustee Cox.
Nothing tonight.
Trustee Kissinger.
Nothing for me.
President Pro Tem Keller.
Let's see how much time we got left. I have nothing.
No, I don't want to spoil everybody's fun then. And I really don't either. I see Jimmy's in the audience tonight, and, you know, kudos to DPW for what you've done this season with, you know, the events and the Berg Days and just trying to keep up with potholes, and we're going to see a lot more of them as this big thaw hits. So thanks to the entire village staff. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Have a good evening.